10 money habits that keep you broke, and how the 1% think differently. What if I told you that 95% of people are literally programming themselves to stay broke every single day, and they have no idea they're doing it? Welcome back to Luxona, where millionaires are made. I'm about to expose 10 deadly money habits that are keeping you trapped in financial mediocrity. But more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how the top 1% think differently. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let me start with a story that will blow your mind. Two friends graduated from the same college with identical degrees. Same starting salary, same opportunities. Fast forward 20 years later, one is worth over $2 million. The other is still living paycheck to paycheck. What happened? It wasn't luck. It wasn't connections. It was these 10 habits I'm about to reveal. So grab a pen and paper, because this could literally change your entire financial future. Let's dive in. Habit number 1. Broke people buy liabilities. Rich people buy assets. Here's the brutal truth most people refuse to accept. That brand new car you're financing, it's not an asset. It's a liability that's bleeding you dry. Robert Kiyosaki said it best. The poor and middle class buy liabilities that they think are assets. I know a guy named Marcus who made $60,000 a year. Every time he got a raise, he upgraded his car. 20 years later, he's still broke. Compare that to Sarah, who drove a reliable used car for 15 years. She invested the difference in rental properties. Today, she owns 12 rental units worth over $3 million. The difference? Sarah understood that assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out. Comment below. What's the biggest liability you're ready to eliminate from your life? Habit number 2. Broke people focus on working harder. Rich people focus on working smarter. Poor people think the solution to money problems is working more hours. Rich people think the solution is creating systems that work without them. Dave Ramsey talks about this constantly. You can't outwork stupidity. I met a construction worker named Tony who worked 70 hours a week. He made good money but had no time to invest or build wealth. Meanwhile, his buddy Jake started a small construction company with just 3 employees. Jake worked fewer hours but focused on building systems and processes. 5 years later, Jake's company generates over $2 million in revenue. Tony is still trading time for money. The wealthy understand that time is their most valuable asset. They leverage other people's time, other people's money, and other people's expertise. Habit number 3. Broke people avoid risk. Rich people manage risk. Here's what nobody tells you about risk. Not taking risks is the biggest risk of all. Broke people keep all their money in savings accounts, earning 0%. They think they're being safe. But inflation is eating their purchasing power alive. Rich people understand calculated risk. They diversify their investments across real estate, stocks, and businesses. Take Jennifer, a teacher who was terrified of investing. She kept $50,000 in a savings account for 10 years. Meanwhile, her friend Lisa invested the same amount in index funds. After 10 years, Jennifer's money was worth less due to inflation. Lisa's investment grew to over $90,000. The lesson? Risk is not scary when you understand it. What's scary is staying broke because you're too afraid to take action. Habit number 4. Broke people blame others. Rich people take responsibility. This one hits different. Broke people always have someone to blame. The government, their boss, the economy. Rich people take full responsibility for their financial situation. They understand that blaming others gives away their power. I watched a documentary about two brothers who grew up in poverty. One brother spent his entire life complaining about how unfair life was. The other brother took responsibility and started studying successful people. Guess which one became a millionaire? Personal responsibility is the foundation of wealth building. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And that response determines everything. Habit number 5. Broke people think short-term. Rich people think long-term. Instant gratification is wealth's biggest enemy. Broke people want results now. They chase get-rich-quick schemes. They buy lottery tickets. They invest in crypto, hoping to get rich overnight. Rich people play the long game. They understand compound interest. They know that wealth is built over decades, not days. Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire until he was 56. Most of his wealth was created after age 65. The power of compound interest is mind-blowing. If you invest just $500 a month for 30 years at an 8% return, you'll have over $600,000. But here's the catch. You have to start now. Time is the most important ingredient in the wealth recipe. Habit number 6. Broke people spend first. Rich people save first. This habit alone separates the wealthy from the broke. Most people pay everyone else first. Then they save whatever's left over, which is usually nothing. Rich people pay themselves first. They automate their savings and investments. Everything else gets the leftovers. Dave Ramsey calls this living on less than you make. It sounds simple, but it's revolutionary. A friend of mine named Carlos makes $40,000 a year. He saves 20% of every paycheck automatically. His co-worker Mike makes $80,000 a year. Mike saves nothing because he spends everything. Who do you think will be wealthier in 20 years? The answer might surprise you. Habit number 7. Broke people avoid money conversations. Rich people talk about money. Money is not a dirty word, but broke people act like it is. They're uncomfortable talking about money. They avoid financial conversations. They don't negotiate salaries. Rich people talk about money constantly. They discuss investments at dinner parties. They negotiate everything. They ask for raises. They're comfortable with money conversations because they understand money is a tool, not something to be ashamed of. I know a woman named Patricia who was terrified to ask for a raise. She stayed at the same salary for 5 years. Her colleague Emma asked for a raise every year. Emma's salary doubled in the same time period. The difference? Emma was comfortable talking about money. Patricia wasn't. Habit number 8. Broke people surround themselves with broke people. Rich people surround themselves with rich people. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. This is not a coincidence. Your network determines your net worth. Broke people hang out with other broke people. They complain about money together. They reinforce each other's limiting beliefs. Rich people intentionally surround themselves with successful people. They join masterminds. They attend seminars. They hire coaches. They understand that environment shapes behavior. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Start attending financial workshops. Join investment clubs. Follow successful people on social media. Your environment will transform your mindset. Habit number 9. Broke people make excuses. Rich people make plans. Excuses are the enemy of wealth. Broke people have an excuse for everything. I don't make enough money to invest. I don't have time to learn about finances. Investing is too complicated. Rich people make plans instead of excuses. They create budgets. They set financial goals. They track their progress. They adjust their strategies. A study showed that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. But less than 3% of people actually write down their goals. Which category are you in? Habit number 10. Broke people consume. Rich people create. This is the ultimate wealth separator. Broke people are consumers. They buy products. They watch television. They scroll social media. Rich people are creators. They build businesses. They create content. They develop products. They solve problems. Consumers pay money. Creators receive money. Which side of the equation are you on? The internet has democratized wealth creation. You can start a business with nothing but a laptop and an idea. You can create content and build an audience. You can solve problems and get paid for it. The question is, will you? The transformation starts now. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick one habit from this list, just one, and commit to changing it over the next 30 days. Don't try to change everything at once. That's a recipe for failure. Master one habit at a time. And if you want to accelerate your wealth-building journey, I've created something special. My Patreon is where the real wealth building happens. It's an elite community of people who are serious about financial freedom. You'll get exclusive content, proven strategies, and direct access to me. Plus, I share the exact mindset shifts that separate millionaires from everyone else. The link is in the description. But here's the truth. Information without action is worthless. You can watch every financial video on YouTube. You can read every book about money. But if you don't take action, nothing changes. The wealthy don't just consume information. They implement it. So comment below. Which habit are you going to change first? And remember, at Luxona, we don't just talk about wealth. We create it. Because this is where millionaires are made. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe for more wealth-building content, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Your financial future depends on the actions you take today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, make it happen. I'll see you in the next video.